Has Nardo created the most controversial glove in the world? Hello and welcome to Fit to Box. I'm Coach Simon, and here on Fit to Box I bring you all things boxing equipment. Today is the turn of Nardo's new gloves. They are called Undercover, and these are the cheapest gloves that Nardo has ever bought out. And there is some major differences between these gloves and the gloves that Nardo has produced before. Okay, so the first thing is, let's talk about price. The price of these is €270. That's about 234 English pounds, or about 320 US dollars. Okay, so that is much cheaper than the gloves that have been produced by Nardo in Italy. That brings me on to my next point, because these gloves, albeit they have got Nardo and the Italian flag on, and obviously the Italian Nardo logo, these gloves are not produced by Nardo himself. They're not produced in Italy either. Okay, so Nardo has come out and said that these are produced in Portugal. And I have sort of gone back to him and said, are they 100% made in Portugal? And he has confirmed to me that they are. Okay, and I'll come on to what I feel about that going forward. These gloves are not leather. They are a eco-friendly artificial leather. And they are very different from Nardo's gloves. That, yeah, these are high price point, but I've always liked the romance, the Italian master craftsman making the gloves, not only making the gloves, but actually packing them, posting them off to you. And that has always been the thing that I've loved about Nardo. He's a character in the world of boxing gear, and his gloves, I really do rate his gloves. I love the craftsmanship and love what he does. That he's always said that he's boutique and that he is a luxury provider. And what he's doing with these is he's trying to provide for the people more accessibility to the Nardo brand than obviously his top line and also his middle line, which is the worldwide line, currently give. Now, with that, this glove is designed and developed in Italy. Okay, so obviously Filippo would have had a lot of input into the padding, into the materials used, and sort of the design of the glove. But that is where his involvement ends. And he does say that he's got artisans that are in Portugal that are doing these gloves. Now, when it comes to gloves, Portugal, I've never seen any gloves or tried any gloves from Portugal. So I can't say that these are a typical Portuguese glove. They are not a typical Italian glove, that's for certain. They don't feel like a Pakistan glove. They don't feel like a American glove. The closest I could say that these come to from gloves that I've had in the past would be from China. Okay, similar sort of design, similar sort of shape, similar when it comes to the lining and also materials used. So that's kind of where I would say that these are most like. Okay, but as I say, Filippo has confirmed to me that these are 100% made in Portugal. Portugal, of course, are in Europe, and they would be subject to the same sort of minimum wages as Italy. And so for him to produce this glove, I do think that it's much more difficult to produce a pair of gloves in Europe than it is in Asia. Okay, so let's have a look at these gloves. As you can see, you have got that eco-friendly, sustainable material, not leather, but it is good quality, I have to say. You've got the Nardo, that classic 4 hearts at the back there, and you have got the Nardo there with the Italian colours on there. I think that there should be some sort of nod to Portugal on there, because as far as I can see, apart from the name, there isn't anything linking this glove to Italy. Also on the front, you have got On the face of the glove, you've got Undercover. You've also got 16 ounce there. And then inside on the label, you have got Nardo logo. You've also got Nardo, designed in Italy, handmade abroad, which is very, very mysterious. As you can see from the thumb, he's gone with a batwing thumb. And again, I've got my views on that thumb, which I'll come to. But I think in terms of style, when I had these in the gym and people have been using them in the testing, what we've found is people have liked the style of them. They like how that black with how the logos are placed on there. They like the look of the glove, and they are certainly a head-turning glove when people have got them on. And during that testing process, 2 people wanted to buy them. Okay, so obviously I do a lot of testing with a lot of different people, and already people want to buy these gloves off me. So that does tell you something. Okay, so the knuckle, we've got in there polyurethane foam, neoprene on the thumb, latex and foam rubber, and that is a medium to soft knuckle area. Thumb, on the thumb there, you have got that bat wing as opposed to just an attachment, and then on the inside, there is no air holes on the inside of that thumb. Wrist, you've got the badge there, which is cloth badge. A little bit rough on the edges, but I'll come to later the fact that I'm not going to score these as a sparring glove. I am going to score these as a bag glove, so that's not really going to concern me. In terms of the padding at the back, you've got soft padding at the back, and you've got rectangular padding at the front of those laces, and the laces, they are long enough to provide a good wrist. When it comes to the face of the glove, no air holes. You have got a soft grip bar there. You can also see the beading is in the gold, and also you've got the laces as well. And it does indicate on there 16 ounce there above the wrist line, which is what I like. So you would know what size these were if you did use them for sparring. Okay, 16 ounce on the face, and just weigh them. 16.3 and 16.3. Stitching, okay, very neat, all over the glove, no loose threads. I do think they're well made. Lining, the lining there, as I bring that round, very soft, comfortable lining around your hands. Okay, so when it comes to comfort, slide my hand in, obviously pull the laces. You can get a good fist, good protection on the knuckles. You have got that sort of thumb, that sort of bends round. I will say though, and the reason I'm going to do these as a bag glove is I think the ability to just pull that thumb out, that could cause a thumbing. So because of that bat wing, I don't think the bat wing is actually long enough. And because of that, I'm going to mark these as bag gloves. But in terms of protection on your knuckles, that's great. It's just I am concerned, as always, with any opportunity for the thumb attachment to not do its job and to allow thumbing to happen. Actually, when it comes to these 2 gloves, as you can see, this one's probably worse. I'm sticking that one out, and I can't stick this one out as much. Again, a little bit of an inconsistency between the 2 gloves. In terms of around the hand, very, very comfortable, and you can get a really good fist. And in testing, these really did perform better than I thought that they were going to. When I first get gloves, I normally have sort of an initial score that I think that gloves are going to come out with. And as I use them in the testing period and other people use them in the testing period, people were very impressed with the performance of these gloves. So, as I say, I'm not going to score them for sparring. On the bags, they really did perform well. Really good fist position, really good crack on the bags, felt good, and they are a comfortable glove. You can get them in lace and also Velcro. Okay, so let's get up that important Fit to Box ratings card. Okay, so it is going to be scored in the bag glove division. So no score for sparring. And I've gone style 94, comfort 95, durability 95, bag 96. They really did perform well in the gym. And value for money 93 at €270 with free shipping in Europe, 234 English pounds or 320 US dollars. So that gives these an overall 94.6, and that just gets them into the 2-star great bracket. I would say that the testing period and how these perform did lift the score of these gloves. From what I initially thought that they may come out as, they did lift after the testing. So let me get onto the screen the Fit to Box report card. On there I've got the things that I like and love. I've also got on there features and anything else that I think could be improved. But in summing up, Nardo has come out and he wants to bring out a glove that is more affordable for the masses. And that's what he's done with how he's priced these and the materials that he has used. I will say, I think that if they'd have been made in Italy, even if it wasn't by Nardo, I think that would have been a better move. He's took a lot of criticism on various forums because in the past he has been very vocal about lower priced gloves in justifying his higher priced gloves. So to come out with his own lower priced gloves, obviously people are sort of saying, hold on a second, you're being a bit hypocritical there because for years you have been saying that that's not the way to go. So I understand why he's done it, because obviously not everyone can afford his top line or even his worldwide middle line. So he's come out with these. He does try things every so often. Some things pay off for him, some things don't. I think there will be people out there that will want to have a pair of these, but obviously they are nowhere near as good as what Nardo makes himself in Italy, in his workshop, and obviously you do pay a premium for that. So a very interesting glove, a very controversial glove, a very mysterious glove, but hopefully you can see from this that you've seen all the way around the glove and you can make up your own mind whether or not it's a glove that you would want. As I say, myself, I perhaps wouldn't use it for sparring because I don't think that the back wing sufficiently covers and stops thumbing. So I would literally just use these on the bags. In saying that, they did perform very well on the bags. And what was really surprising is the other 4 or 5 people that tested these, every single one of them was very, very impressed. And as I say, that did lift the initial score that I thought I was going to give them. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe to Fit to Box, and I shall speak to you soon.